Alright, here is a Play and Explain. I think Mike's working and everything. Yeah, in terms of stuff that's going on right now, 100 NL, the rest is 50 NL. I've been all over the place in stakes recently, just based on how I'm running and what buy-ins I have. So I'm playing anywhere from 25 to 200 mostly. But running bad recently, so just playing conservative, and that's why we're on the lower stakes today. But yeah, mainly just using this for practice, and I'm focusing on live in terms of like the games I'm trying to play and beat for profit and stuff. Also, my HUD stuff isn't working for whatever reason at this very moment, so kind of HUDless, which is annoying, but it's fine for a short Play and Explain. In terms of any current hands, what's going on, I have ISO spot, a good board for me, I have good equity, I'm just gonna hit it a lot. And then this is really nice run out for me, and check down spot. I don't think queen high is gonna be very good, so I just want to fold anything, and I think I can go like some medium large size. Just a really good board for me. I'm allowed to overbluff basically. I don't think it's a mistake. In this hand, I'll just try and barrel, I think, for the most part. Ace jack suited can mix here. Versus 3x, a little more inclined to 3-bet. 2 reasons: we get a worse price to call, most likely a fish, and I have a good hand. But definitely don't mind rolling for that. King 9-0 is going to be mostly a fold, I think. And 5-6, we have an easy pitch versus that raise. Honestly, I'm questioning what to do with like ace queen there. I think probably have to get it in, or at least continue in some fashion, but not loving the in position turn raise by like presumably fish player. That's just going to be like one of the most nutted parts of the game tree, so I don't even know how I feel about like top right there. Tables seem decent. It's a little harder for me to spot when I don't have my HUD up and going, but this table seems good. The rest don't seem good. These types of boards probably less donks once we start getting 8 high, but they're still supposed to donk a lot, and I think theory-wise we just range check if they don't donk, which is basically what population's doing. It is a fish, so I don't care about theory too much, and we have backdoor flush draw, blah blah blah, but I'll just, for simplification, check. A really good run out for them. I think they're allowed to bet quite a bit. I think that sizing is fine. And mostly gonna play call here, I think. Queen 9 off is a little loose from the cutoff, especially I don't see any like broken stacks in the blinds or on the button, so I'm just gonna like fold. And we'll probably just have a give up if they go any size larger than 50p on the river, I think, here. And this makes it really fun. It's just representing super mergy range, so like 6-5 type of hand now. Really gross, but I don't think I'm allowed to fold when we get that kind of price, so we just gotta flick it in and let them take a thin bet. And can always consider raising there. This feels a little odd versus that small size. I feel like people like to go small size and then hero, but I don't know. Yeah, weird spot. I don't think calling can be terribly losing versus that size if they have some like missed spades or something, even though the counter argument is that missed spades aren't going to go that size or whatever. But yeah, mainly just trying to get like 1 to 3 days, and like when I say day I mean short session of these Iggy tables, just to try and grab hand histories for like studying, just to look at those and try to get ideas. I haven't been doing too much drills recently. I need to kind of get back on that, but the live games have been really good recently, so I kind of feel guilty if I'm not playing in them, especially in running, like sun running like I have. But I think I do need to start spending 1 to 2 days a week where I, sit down and study maybe 2 hours or something, just to try to keep up to date. So I've been kind of conflicted with amount of live play and not amount of study recently. So that's just kind of where I'm at recently. Fives can do anything. On a more passive roll, I'll just be folding this. I don't really want to call versus 3 big blinds. When I say anything, I mean 3 better fold. If it's like a really whaley person, then I don't hate the call, but I don't think it's going to be a great play in the vacuum. Board, we probably don't have donks when it's disconnected plus 8 high. But I really don't hate a check raise at a high frequency here. Not sure if this board will get overstabbed, so pending sizing. I'm going to lean towards raising majority of the time, but we'll roll for it here. Yep, and so we get a combo of a larger sizing and a passive roll, so I'm going to be check calling here. Pretty nice. Don't think I'll have donks that I know of. When they go that size, I'll just be donking like 6 and 2 board pairs with certain combos. I think all of the run out spades and like straight completings, I'll just be yeah, and really interesting here, our straight gets downgraded quite a bit. Decent amount of flush and 6x that they hit now, just because I think they have to slow down a good amount on that turn. Versus fish, I will just bet my hand, even though it's not much of a hand. What are they going to do about it? Beautiful turn. Just kind of deciding what kind of value my straight's worth here. Honestly, not really sure. I think on a passive roll, having this in the block range is kind of nice, actually. So I will block call this hand. I think naturally in a vacuum, this hand wants to go 75p, kind of punching bag, so don't hate that. But I'm hoping versus block, they might raise some 6x. They can also spaz a bit. That's an interesting one, though. I don't know if my HUD's not working, is it still recording? Yeah, I will tag this hand just so I can look it up. What's going on here? I have a set versus like a fish. I'm just gonna go, I don't really want to overbet it, I don't think. At least theory-wise. But 2 things on that 4-3 hand. The first thing I want to see, like, our overall check raise frequency when we face this size. Don't think we have donks here, so I don't need to look at that. And then river strat's super interesting. Also turn strat of like when they bet if we raise much, because when they bet large on the flop, I expect like continued kind of strong polarized turn betting range. And like, do we want to raise that much versus it? My guess is no. Low roll, so we'll just 4-bet the jacks here. Or when I say low, I mean like aggro. And if they jam, there's a good chance I might consider a fold at these stakes. Given hijack cutoff, it's pretty gross. I think anything's possible here. A lot of 4-bet pots, I just, range 25. This is a board that doesn't really want it. I really kind of just check jamming this, and I get a passive roll, so I kind of lean towards the check jam when I do that. I think you can do whatever, though. I'm not too well versed in this spot. yeah, I don't have much to say. I think now I just kind of want to geode in. Could also check jam again, but it's getting a little fancy, and I roll kind of aggro, so I'll just geode in. I have to felt, basically, I think. So yeah, I'll look that one up. 10-7-8 is not great for us. I'll have slivers of all the sets. I'll have more of it for sure, I think. Hence the check there, but if the heuristic is we're not getting raised really ever versus our 25p range, I don't hate it. And I think we could also go to 33 or 50 on the board, so basically we can do fucking anything there. I will mark that hand to look it up. And then if just trying to card read, I guess, like, they have no ace-king, so that's kind of why I was thinking I can size up on the turn. Like, if I think they have ace-king, I prefer, like, the 33 size, but I don't think they have any of that, so I think they have a good amount of, like, ace-queen suited, so only 4 combos are there, and they shouldn't have much ace-queen-o, I don't think. So I don't think by going small and, like, putting any of those, like, strong ace-x in a tough position. It's like ace-jack suited with the gutter, I think they'll call. I double block it, so it's not really a combo to worry too much else about. So I'm trying to think of what else I'm trying to accomplish here. And whether like 2E makes sense versus like a smaller size. And I'm thinking this larger size makes more sense. I think they should have a lot of 10x that checks back, so this kind of puts pressure on that. And then obviously like hands like 9s and stuff. Yeah, I don't think there's like too much like super weak ace-x in some worse pairs maybe that this makes easy to play against, but I think overall this size could be okay. Maybe slightly small, like half pod is fine as well. But when in doubt, Geo. We have fish here. This hand I don't think hates too much to put in 2 big blinds. Potentially 2 fish here, so go for that. Jack 8 is too weak to do anything. I think first button and first small blind it can 3-bet. I think first cutoff it just folds. That's my guess. And we are running well today with our set abilities, specifically with 3s. This was limp bet. I don't expect player 1 to raise much, and I really want to just mostly raise, but I will defer to just passive line this time. There's definitely an argument for not needing to mix, but on that passive roll, whatever, I'll do it. Yep, and versus a double barrel sizing up, I think I want to just play calls in position on this turn, especially on the most passive roll of all time. And basically non-green rivers, I think I'm just going to shove versus a bet. Definitely not loving it here. I'm trying to think of what the fuck I can else get called by. Could this just be a call potentially? Multi-way half pot 75-75. I mean, will he fold like aces with a club? There's a good chance. He went 2 big blinds. This is some fish. I think versus fish I have to just usually checking here, but we have fish, whatever, I'll bet. I think versus like fishy profile, I need to just fucking rip it and be okay with getting felted. If we don't see a snap, we're pretty happy. So we just hope for some 2 pair, like stubborn ace queen, ace of clubs, aces of the club, kings of the club, something like that. I don't know. Not sure if that's the best move there, but yeah, looks like a fishy player. Not loving this, but I'm gonna just continue. Now any weird pairs or counterfeit, so I'm very tempted to call again. As I start going like more than 50p, I'll probably fold, because that I think is really indicative if they shove. If they go like 6 big blinds, we'll be at 24 big blinds, and they'll have 18, and I think they'll shove a lot, and I don't want to face a shove, so probably folding versus like 50 and larger. Versus this, it's nasty as fuck. I think it's kind of easy pitch though. I think a lot of like post posting types of fish and stuff are just too passive to like 2x rip here with like counterfeited pairs. Definitely possible. We unblock all the bluffs, all the gut shots, all the draws, but 2x versus a fish turn jam is fucking just, that's too strong, dude. I think that's my opinion, man. Nice hand, nice hand. I just think most fish won't do that. Flop raise, 2x turn jam. Decent combo on blocking everything, but that's just a little scary. The post sure means they're wider, but I just don't know if that's a hugely winning play. Could be. I could be completely wrong. I'm open to that as well. Super interesting spot. Nice hand by the Fishman. Alright, gotta open. Table looks like ass. This table looks like shit. This table looks fine. This table looks fine. King A is approaching looseness, but I think it's alright to open. I think it's alright to bet. And just a nice polarizing turn. That fact plus the passive roll means I will be pure checking a lot of like King 10 and below on that type of roll. Probably being King Jack I think is gonna mix half, so I'll probably check it there too, and then a nice easy call. I think that hand needs to check raise flop a certain amount of time. I'm probably also playing way too passively on that type of flop. So that's something for me to note. I got the backdoor flush draw to the strong flush with the king being blocked, plus the gutter. So I need to make sure they're check raising a good amount. I think their line's okay though. This is that like fishy person earlier, right? I will probably like pure 3-bet these types of combos. And then we just absolutely hate ourselves, and I think fold's fine, but when it's like 1.6 or something, I think I just want to play. Not happy at all, but we have enough equity, I think, maybe to continue. That's pretty sick. I think I have a full, right? Basically, it's like over pairs and ace-king. Like this min 4-bet is super strong, so I believe the queen and 10 are not live, so I need like 36% and we're getting 42. So yeah, unfortunate for such a nice flop, but I'm gonna fold. Nice hand, buddy. Let's see the bluff, since the fish tend to be running me over with the bluffs. Nah, 6-5, I will not pure 3-bet, so fold it on a passive roll. Here's our graph of today. Running, maybe a buy and blow EV, but one of the rare times I have a red line above my green line, so I like to see that on the rare occasion that happens. Just checking a ton when imposition calls, especially in multi-way scenarios, so that's why I check here. 5s I think is super close versus like a 25 stab. I think I will continue. And then now we're going to be forced to call most turn sizes, I think. And I don't think there's any value in blocking. I don't think there's any value in turning into a bluff. So the plan is check the side. Check bluff is interesting. Check call is interesting. They could be stabbing some ace-x flop, but is that really going to call here? Probably not. So that's why I just try to shut this down. Jack 3 suited versus hijack, I think it's too loose. Yeah, interesting candidate if I want to bluff the 5s. I'm not really sure. Button should be pretty like suited ace-x, suited Broadway, and pocket pair dense. Ace-x is really incentivized to check down, I think. I just have to fold, and Jack's here. On this type of roll, I think I'm going to be barreling. Nah, this will be an overbet. Jacks, I think, is pretty clear check back now. We're getting slightly above 1 SPR. I'm not going to have too many sizes that are small or anything. Versus some like super passive fish, I could block fold maybe, but that seems really fancy. I just want to try to check down versus 7s through 10s types of hands and like stubborn ace-x. Yeah. The interesting thing if the queen doesn't come, I think maybe I can go larger flop and or turn and have a nicer SPR for river shoves on non-like overcard types of run out shit. That could be pretty nice. I'll mark that hand. And I also mark this 2 hand just to see I'm playing it right, blind versus blind. I think check raise is a reasonable option for that scenario too, and then that 5s hand is fucking weird. I'm not going to be able to sim it or anything since it's multi-way, but I think that's one I could just, look at for a few minutes and try to think about it. I don't know if I liked how I played that one, to be honest. Where are we at with time? We're at like 23 minutes. See if we pick up anything else real quick, or otherwise we'll just end it. Give me some hands. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. Not really getting shit. I think we're at time. So that'll be that for this one. Cheers. Thanks. Later.